Hey guys, Donald from St. Paul's Kids here. Now it's Mother's Day on Sunday, and what we've been doing in the catch-ups this week is getting all creative and making these beautiful flowers to give them. Now, I know not everybody could be there, so I've asked Amelie to make a little video on how to do it. She is a master flower decorator, so I'm going to hand over to her now. See you guys on Sunday.
Hi guys, I'm Amelie and today I'm going to teach you how to make some flowers like these. So they're little roses for Mother's Day and you can make as many as you want. I have made 4 of them and you can make them any size. So what you'll need is any type of square bit of paper. You'll need a pen, a glue stick and some scissors. Okay, let's get started. So our first step is to take one of your pieces of paper and to fold it in half. After you've folded it in half, you're going to fold it again. After you fold it again, you need to fold it a 3rd time so that you have more petals. Your final product should look like this. Now what you're going to do is you can use something to trace or you can just do it freehand. I'm going to do it freehand. And you just have to do a little circle above it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it should look like this. Now see, I have the corner here. So you don't want to cut that because if you do, it'll split up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut around the lines. After I've cut around the lines, you should have an ice cream looking shape. And then after this, you're going to cut a little bit at the end so that when you open it up, there should be a little hole in the middle. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do that with the rest of your pieces. So once again, we're just folding it in half and folding it again. You also need to make sure that you push down the corners really hard or they won't work that well. And then you fold it your 3rd time. Just to make it a bit easier, you're going to grab your previous one and you're going to put it so it matches it up and you can trace it so they're the same size. And once again, you're going to cut the tip. And if you need to fix it up, just go ahead and do that. Yep, so now you should have 2. Okay, now we're up to our 3rd piece. So you're just going to do the same thing that you've done with the other 2 previous ones. And again, just pushing nice and hard on the folds so that it will match and it's not going to break apart. Again, you should have this shape with the corner on the side. And again, just taking your previous one, matching the corners up with the corners and placing it in. And chopping the ends. And onto your last one, you're folding it in half and half again. Again, matching it up with the sides so you don't cut the side and it will split apart and it won't work. Again, you can go over and fix it if it needs some trimming and cutting the ends. After you've after you've cut them all up, you need to open them all out. So there's one. And after all, they should all look like this with your little hole in the middle. And the last one. So next step is you take one of your flower templates, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut out one of these petals, so along these two lines here. And you're going to keep this for later because you're going to use it. So now you should have it looking like this. And then for the next one, you're going to cut out 2 petals. And then you must save this love heart shaped one for later as well. For the next one, you have to cut out 3 of them. And you're going to save this one for later too. And for the last one, you're just going to go ahead and cut the whole thing in half. So you're going to take 4 away. You can pick which either half you want. I'm picking the flatter half. This one you don't need for later. So your next step to do is take your one with the 1 petal cut out, and you're going to get your glue stick, and you're going to put some glue on one of the petals on the side. And then you're going to bring the petals together and you're going to glue them together. And what I do is I shape them a little bit so they shape nice in a circle. You're going to do the same with your 2, your 3 and your 4. And what you can do if you have a bit on the top that you don't want is you can grab your scissors and you can cut it so it matches it. And now again just shaping that and putting it away for later. Now you're going to take your one with 3 petals cut out and you're going to apply some glue on the side. It doesn't matter if you get some glue on the table, you can clean it up later. And again, if there's some on the side, you can cut it off, but it doesn't matter too much. And for your 4th and final one, you're going to do the same. If you've put it on the side that's folding outwards, what you can do is you can just quickly fold it in a little bit so it makes it up to a proper shape. And just joining those up nicely. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your tour and you are just going to apply some glue across the side. So you're not putting glue on the whole thing, you're just putting a little bit on the edge. And then you're going to roll it around so it should kind of look like a cone. You just need to hold it there for a bit because sometimes it comes unstuck and that's not what you want. You should have a shape like this, and now you need to do the number 1. So for number 1, you're going to do the same like we did on number 2, and you're just going to put a little bit of glue on the side. Now what you're just going to do is you're just going to roll it, and it should look like this. And now what you're going to do is you're going to twist the bottom of it. Just a little bit. If one of yours comes undone, the tour, then you need to just apply some more glue on it and put it in for a bit and hold it for a bit longer. So I don't have PVA glue, so I'm using a glue stick. So for glue stick, you have to apply the glue on the outside. But if you were to have just normal PVA glue, you'd just put some in the center of this flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers inside of it so I don't squish it, and I'm just going to apply the glue onto every corner. After you've applied the glue on the outside, what you're going to do is you're going to get your biggest one, so this is your second smallest one, and you're just going to place it inside. Then it should look like this inside, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do to your next one. So your next one is your fora, so you're going to stick your fingers inside again so it doesn't break, and just put the glue on the outside. After you've done that, you're just going to stick it into here like this. So now you should have 3 of them in there, and they should look nice and snug. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to get this one, you're going to put 2 fingers inside so you don't break it, and you're going to glue it. Now you're just going to stick this inside, and you should see a little bit of the tip come out at the end. And now inside it should look like this. If they're starting to hang over the edges, because they haven't set properly in the glue. So you can just stick it in a bit further so they stay. What I do is I stick it upside down so it just stays in straight up. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to apply glue to the number 2. But what I'm doing, because my fingers don't fit, I'm sticking it on the pen, and it has no colouring in bit on it. And then you're just going to apply the glue. You're going to hold it down and apply the glue. After you've applied your glue, you can take it off your pen, and you just stick it in. You just need to make sure it sits there for a bit so it'll get settled. And then you can lie it down on the side. Now for your number 1, you're going to stick it back on the pen, and you're going to hold it nice and tight. And then you're just going to apply your glue around. This one needs to have a lot of glue because it has to sit in the middle, which is quite hard. So now what you can do if you want to is you can keep it on the pen, and just like a needle you can stick it in. Now if you would like to make it more look realistic, what you can do before you glue them is you can get a pen and you can just roll out the edges. But otherwise, that's all for this flower. You can do it with lots of different colours and shapes and sizes. But I've just done mine pink today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye!